All right, let's go back to our reporters who are on the ground and observing the results as they come into the different nerve centers around the country. It's neck and neck in Nelson Mandela Bay, where both the DA and the ANC are praying for a majority. Our reporter Gqeberha Govan Whittles is reporting there now about the voter turnout. Meanwhile, over in Polokwane, the ANC leads in Limpopo, but vote counting is still at a very early stage. Heidi Giokos is tracking things for us there. Both of them join us now. Let me start off with Govan Whittles in Gqeberha. Govan, the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality, a very, very hotly contested area. We saw the political parties bringing out their big guns. What's the latest there?
Well, Taps, it happened in 2016 and it's happening again. The low voter turnout is working in favor of everyone except the ANC. That's because the people who didn't come out to vote happen to be in ANC strongholds. And right now the vote is being counted here at the Feather Market Hall in Gqeberha. You'll see the party agents as well as officials from the IEC just behind me. What happens is that they count the ballots, and then because this municipality is so contested, similar to what happens in other parts of the country, each of the results from each of the voting districts is then read out. They're currently reading out some of the results there, and there have been good results for the DA and some good results for the ANC as well, although the ANC has lost some wards in strategic areas. So I'm here with some of the political party representatives to talk about the counting process, how the election is being adjudicated by the IEC. Let's begin with the Northern Areas President, Mr. Gqeberha and Heidi Giokos. Mr. Van Niekerk, thank you so much for your time. Are you happy with the process in counting and how the votes are being collected and how the NA performed?
Thank you, Gavin. Firstly, I want to say thank you to everybody that came out and voted for us. The conditions weren't so great for the people to come out and vote, but generally we are happy with the count. There were some untoward things that happened yesterday, but overall we are happy. We are happy with what's transpired.
Any grounds for the NA to lay a complaint with the IEC over what happened yesterday, and can you specify what it is?
Yes, we have laid a couple of complaints. There's one serious one where people were allowed to vote without having being registered to vote. So that's quite serious, and we hope that will be attended to. We also laid the complaint for the well-publicized event that happened at Fernwood Park Secondary School, where the federal chairperson of the DA got thrown out of the voting station. There's a couple of other small things that happened, but the big one for me, another big one, is the one in Ward 29 in Boysons Park, the Marikana Kuno area, where at around about 8:30 last night, people were thrown out of the voting station, including our party agent. Yes, that's really unfortunate. All the shenanigans that were happening yesterday, they say it comes with the territory. It's unfortunate. I always say that whatever you get from the election, play it honest.
All right, and we'll have to see whether or not you get enough votes to get into council. Let's move on to Mr. Yongama Zigede. He's representing the UDM. So you have been monitoring the counting of the UDM's votes and how the results have been coming in from your areas. Are you happy with the voting and how it took place, and is there any issues that you've picked up?
There are a couple of issues that we picked up, especially yesterday, whereby I had to be on the ground leaving this place in order to go and find out more information from presiding officers. One of those is our voters have been turned away. They've went into the voting station to register. It's either they do not appear there now, or they're just not on the voters' roll. So
what's the scale of that problem?
It was quite across the metro, because I received calls from Utenake, Dispatch, the northern areas, of similar problems. And the problem is that there is no quicker way of resolving these matters when they come up. It's like the IEC was never ready to deal with such problems, of which in actual fact, when people, like for instance, if another problem was a problem of network, whereby the machines were not working, it's the same problem that had occurred during registration. but there was no mechanism whereby it should be kept this time around coming voting time.
All right, I'll have to leave it there, Mr. Gqeberha. I just want to quickly get to Mr. Retief Odendaal. He's the campaign manager for the DA in the Eastern Cape. So the results are still coming in. I know the DA had laid a complaint about the voting management devices, but it looks like you guys did fairly well. Are you happy with how your votes are coming in?
Yes, absolutely. It's been a long night, and considering all the challenges that the IEC had, the results are coming in relatively quickly. So hopefully by tonight we'll be able to call this election, and we're looking forward to calling it a blue election result.
All right, thank you so much. That's Mr. Retief Odendaal, manager here in the Eastern Cape. As you could tell, a lot of excitement from the DA in Nelson Mandela Bay, once again similar to 2016. But there are a number of issues with the voter management devices and those complaints that have been laid with the IEC. It'll take at least a day before the IEC gets back to us and gives an official response to those complaints. It's back to you.
Thank you, Govan Whittles in Gqeberha. Let's cross now to Heidi Giokos. She's in Limpopo. Heidi, lots of drama in the Eastern Cape, and there was no shortage of drama in Limpopo either. A presiding officer fired for opening a ballot box, a school principal not allowing the IEC in. Where are you now? What's happening on the ground?
Yes, certainly. I think we can't say that there was no drama here in Limpopo on election day yesterday, with that presiding officer being fired on the spot for agreeing to open the ballot box after the voter indicated that they made a mistake on their ballot paper, and a number of other issues. We do understand that results are trickling in very slow at the Results Operations Centre in Polokwane, but we are in Westernburg here, just outside of Polokwane, with two young females. One voted, one didn't vote. We are joined by Doreen and Muntle. Thanks so much for your time. Doreen, let's start with you. You indicated that you did not vote. Speak to me about why you took the decision not to vote in the local government elections yesterday.
I didn't vote because I felt like I'll be repeating the same mistake that I did last time, because I voted and then there was no change. Yes, there were promises, but then nothing has ever changed from any of those promises that they made to us.
Don't you feel by not voting you couldn't make a difference in your community and address the issues that you face?
I think since they had our issues that we had and then they didn't do anything towards them, I think I'm just going to stay behind until I see maybe something promising that maybe they had us, because it's been a long time. We're repeating the same thing every time when there's election time. We're saying the very same thing. The very same issues that we had last time is the very same issues that we're having right now.
Do you feel as though it was partly because of the people that were running in your ward and in your section that couldn't deliver on the promises made to address the issues in your community?
Yes, because the very same runner-ups of that time, they are still the runner-ups for this now. So which means there's not going to be any difference, because the very same people are still going to get the very same seat that they had. So I don't think there's going to be any change that they're going to make right now. Hence, they were given time and they didn't change anything.
Sure. And Muntle, let's come over to you. You decided to vote. Tell us why you decided to vote.
It was my first time voting. I've never voted before. So I feel like I had to practice my political right. That one vote matters. And reason being, I saw some changes with the agricultural vouchers that they gave us. It was something, even though it wasn't enough, but they assisted us. So hence I placed my vote.
Speak to us about some of the issues that you're hoping to address in your community. Is it a lack of basic services? Is it unemployment? Is it crime? What are some of the issues that you're hoping will be addressed?
The crime rate, it is very high and it's a lot. So they need to address that firstly. And the garbage control, it's too much. It's affecting animals as well, and the global change is being affected. And the water, they tried. They are doing much better with the water supply. So I'm very happy about that.
And do you have confidence in those that were running in your ward or community to bring about that change?
I feel like they should reshuffle. They should change. I don't have much confidence in the guy that was there last few months back. They should have a new one.
Okay, great. Thank you both so much for your time. I think that brings some perspective of a young woman here in Westernburg, just outside Polokwane, about some of the issues. We have been in Polokwane, in Limpopo, for over a week, and some of the big issues are the lack of basic service delivery. Many are hoping that this will be addressed now with possibly new ward councillors coming in. But Taps, I must just add that with some of the results results coming in for Limpopo, it seems as though that the ANC remains the stronghold in this province, with the EFF also coming in and winning possibly some of the wards in Polokwane. So it will be interesting to see those results coming in. But as of yesterday, 5 p.m., we do know that there was only 24% voter turnout, with over 600,000 people having voted as of 5 p.m. yesterday, whereas there are 2.5 million people in Limpopo that had registered to vote. So hopefully the Results Operations Centre here in Polokwane will be able to give further clarity on voter turnout and those results coming in, and we'll be able to give analysis on that as soon as they come in.
Heidi Giokos, thank you for bringing us the stories of those two ladies. And as she said, the ANC's majority is still intact, but being eroded slightly by the EFF. Govan Whittles was in Gqeberha